Right, welcome. In this video, we are now going to look at how to further customize our Kanban file. Remember, in the previous video, we looked at how to create a Kanban file. Right, now we did some customization in that video, but in this one, we're going to look at further customization of the Kanban file. And for you to get started, you just have to click on your QuickBooks Pro icon on your desktop. So you double click on it. Then when you double click on it, QuickBooks will start to run. Then you just have to wait for it to open. Right, when it opens, it will open this window. Now, see, as I said previously, there are three ways to get started. When we were creating the Kanban file, we used this second option. But now that we now have a Kanban file, we now have to use this option. I want to open an existing Kanban file. So we click there on I want to open an existing Kanban file. Then it will take us to this window. We now have to select. If you remember, we created Masimba Resources Private Limited. So we are selecting this Kanban file. Then we click on open. Right. When we click on open, QuickBooks will do what it does, but you see it's now going to prompt us to input a password. Right. So this password is the one that we entered, which I said you don't have to forget it, because if you do forget it, you won't be able to log into your Kanban file. So we input our admin password. Now, once we have inputted our admin password, we then click on OK for us to be taken into QuickBooks. So the system will take us into QuickBooks. Then it may bring up this warning. You just have to click on OK. It is the payroll warning which may be coming up. Just click on OK so that you are launched into QuickBooks. So we have to wait for the interface to come up. Right. This is our interface. Now we are doing further customization, and for us to be able to do that, we come to edit. You have to come to edit. Then these customizations are done via the preferences window. So you come to edit, then you click on preferences. Right. When you click on preferences, you are taken to this preferences window. You'd find here you have got a number of items which are down here. We're going to go item by item and explain and do the customizations which have to be done. Right, starting with accounting. Right, so you click on accounting, then you click on company preferences. Right, when you click on company preferences, you'd find QuickBooks by default you use a chart of accounts, which is a character chart of accounts. When we say character, it means it doesn't have account numbers. Right, QuickBooks doesn't by default put in account numbers. So when you come to company preferences and you want to use account numbers, you have to tick on use account numbers. Then you can also tick on show lowest sub account only. But if you don't want, don't put a tick there. Right. Then again, QuickBooks uses what it terms class tracking. All right. In simple terms, this is tracking of cost centers and revenue centers. So you could use it by activating that by putting a tick there, right? Then these are the changes or the further customizations that you have to do. Allow numeric chart of accounts by putting in use account numbers. Then allow cost center tracking or revenue center tracking by activating use class tracking for transactions. Then the system will prompt you to assign a class each time you capture a transaction. Then, of course, there are these warnings. One if transactions are 90 days in the past. One if transactions are 30 days in the future. So it gives you that. Then down here, you can set a closing date. This is a closing date, a date through which books are closed. Right. So we said, if you remember when we were setting our Kanban file, we said our financial year is running from January to December. So the closing date becomes 31 December. And for you to set it up, you click on set date and password. So when you click there, it brings up this set closing date and password. Then it says exclude estimates, sales orders, purchase orders for closing date restrictions. So you select your closing date there. You select, in this case, as I said, it will be 31 December because our financial year is running from 1 January to 31 December. Then the closing date password, you now have to put in a password so that not everybody will be able to change that closing date, right? So you put in a password there, which again you have to remember. If you forget that password, it means you can't change that. So once you have done that, you click on OK. So we have set now the date through which books are closed. Right. Now, once we have done that, we are done. If you were just setting up this preference, we could click on OK, but because we want to progress to the next preference, we click on banking. You'd find the system will prompt us, you made changes in accounting preferences. Do you wish to save them? We then click on yes, we want to save, right? When you click on yes, we want to save, the system will take us to the banking company preferences. Here, basically, you don't have to do anything. Just you can read through this, but leave them these settings as they are, or these preferences as they are. Then continue to bills. Right. Again, on bills, you don't have to do anything. You could just leave these preferences, company preferences as they are. Then continue to calendar. Again, on calendar, nothing much to do there. Then continue to desktop view. Again, you could read through. If you want to make any changes, you could, but there is nothing much to do here. Then you continue to finance charge. Now, on finance charge, I need to explain something. If you charge interest on overdue clients, if you have got clients and when they become overdue and you charge interest on those overdue amounts, you set the interest rates here. So let's say probably you were charging 15% per annum, right? Then you could put the annual interest rate there. Then if you have got a minimum finance charge that you charge, probably you say this is the minimum $10. Then if you give grace period, like if an account becomes due, then you say, okay, before we start charging the interest, we'll give you grace period of these days, probably 7 days, right? You put the days there. Then of course you need to now to set up a finance charge account, right, which could be another other income. So you could create this quickly. We're going to show you how to create accounts, of course, later on, but for now we are just creating this. So we could say finance charge on overdue accounts. So this is an other, right? This is an other income account. So finance charge on overdue accounts, right? So we create that, then it's connected. So we copy that, we paste it on description, then we save and close, right? So you put up that, then assess finance charge on overdue finance charges. Then you calculate charge from due date or from invoice billed. So you select what you want. Then you can mark finance charge invoices to be printed, right? So see, this is a setup you do if you charge interest on overdue accounts. If you charge interest on overdue accounts. So if you do that, you set it up like this, then you continue by clicking on general. If you don't, you don't have to put anything, you just leave it blank as it was. So okay, let's assume that we charge, then we just continue, then it will prompt us, you made changes to financial preferences, do you wish to save? We say yes. Then on general, nothing much to do, we just leave everything as it is. On integrated applications, again, nothing there, we leave everything as it is. Then on items and stock, you'd find we activated items and stock when we were creating our Kanban file, but if we were not activated, we were just going to put ticks there. So for now, nothing there. Then on jobs and estimates, we leave everything as it is, but if you want to change anything, you can change, right? Then on multi currencies, we activated multi currencies. If you remember when we were setting our Kanban file, if we had not, we're going to activate using this. So we set the US dollar as our reporting currency. Then on payments, right? On payments, you just need to take note of this. There are these options: automatic apply payments, which is okay; automatically apply payments, which is okay; automatically calculate payments, which is okay. Then there is this use undeposited funds as a default deposit account. So QuickBooks has got a bank account which it terms undeposited funds. What it does is when you process payments like customer payments, it will put them into that account. Then you have to move those payments from the undeposited funds account to the respective bank accounts. You see when we do this. But now we're saying, okay, that will be double job. You are doing a double job. First, you have the accounts in the deposited funds, then you now have to move them into the respective bank accounts. So if you don't want that to happen, you have to take off this tick, right? See, what does that mean? It means when you process a customer payment, automatically you have to post it into the actual account the money went into, instead of it going first to the undeposited funds, then you having to move it to the respective account. So take off that tick, then everything else you can leave it as it is. Then continue and tick on payroll, and of course it will prompt you. You have many changes to payments preferences. Do you want to save? Do you wish to save? Yes, we want to do this. Then on payroll and on payroll and QuickBooks, it will and employees, it will prompt us. QuickBooks must close all windows to change these preferences. Then we just click on OK. Right here, you don't have to do anything, because as you can see, it's grayed out because we are not using the payroll. As I said, this payroll setups are meant for the UK market. Then we go to reminders again. You can set up your own reminders that you want to set up, but you can leave these settings as they are. You go to reports and graphs. You can leave everything as it is. Your reports can be on accrual basis. Accounts is based on the accrual basis, but you can use cash basis if you want. But if you are reporting to externals, external stakeholders, it's accrual basis. So you can leave these setups as they are. Then on sales and customers, again, you don't have to change anything. You can leave these setups as they are. On search, again, just leave these settings as they are. Then on send forms, you could set up your email here, how to send. You could set up sending your documents via email. At the moment, I do not have internet, so I've got another video on which I show you how to set up these documents so that you can just send them via email. Right? Then you've got a service connection. Again, you don't do anything. Spelling, you don't do anything. Then time and expenses. This one you activate if you are a law firm and you are billing your clients based on time spent, or if you are a lawyer, if you are a doctor, medical doctor, or if you're an accountant who bills on time. So you could activate this by ticking yes, but we are ticking no, because we are not using time tracking. Then on VAT, if we had not set up VAT, we're going to activate our VAT here by clicking yes, but already we activated it during our Kanban file creation, and we set up standard scheme, reporting date. We use it for customers. We also use it for suppliers. Then choose the VAT code you use most often. For taxable items, it will be tax. For exempt items, it will be none. Then down here, customer, choose the VAT code to use for different current transactions. If you wanted, you could select that, but we leave everything as it is. Then we click on OK. So this is the first further customization that you have to do. And once you have done that customization, you are done. For now, we stop here in this video. Then in the next video, we look at how to further customize multi currencies, how to create products and services, and customize chart of accounts. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and if you have got any questions or any comments, put them in the comments section. Thank you. See you in the next video.